We got the brand new CEN Racing Reeper SC, a 110 scale electric four-wheel drive short course truck. Just got released. You can buy it today. I'll have links in the description below if you want to pick one of these up. Sells for $359 at the time of this video, and it looks pretty awesome. There's been a few reviews of this truck so far, and I had to get my hands on this because I'm a big fan of anything new, anything a little bit different, and the CEN Reeper definitely is different. So as you can see, it's got the fully molded driver and passengers there inside the vehicle. It's got the matte flat black paint finish, which is pretty unusual. It does come unstickered. You can put on red stickers or blue stickers or really any stickers that you want. It is a completely flat black vehicle. I kind of stickered it the way I thought it kind of would look kind of cool, so that's the way I did. Not exactly factory look, but I think it looks pretty awesome like that. The red and black really pops. It does have the fifth wheel here in the back. It looks like a rear wheel. A little wheel nut as well, so you definitely have a spare. Other things you get is some basic tools, T-wrench, 2.5mm, 2mm, and a 1.5mm for your pinion. Comes with like a little serial number thingy. Keep that. A little radio guide explaining how to use a radio. Radio actually looks pretty decent. Nice little manual, AMP30. Some additional stickers here. Parts list with all the parts listings and parts numbers. Manual looks really nice. Definitely is pretty legible. Shows all the parts. Does have a nice little full color cover there. Some basic information about how the body is assembled. Manual for the ESC. Looks like it's made by ZTW, the Beast G2 ESC. And then your choice of blue or red stickers. I did apply the red stickers. So the truck is pretty slick looking. It does actually come with these like vinyl clear covers here for the body, help protect them against the body pins. Black body pins, as you would expect. And then pulling off the body, it does have a cutout for the rear fifth wheel there, some molded tray here for the driver and passenger, and then some nice little foam covers. Looks like it was sprayed silver paint inside, so as that matte black paint is rubbed off from the outside, probably will reveal the silver paint. The truck is definitely unusual. I don't think you'll find another short course truck that looks exactly like this, so this is an unusual design. I think it might be based off some other vehicle. Someone let me know. I thought I read that somewhere, but I couldn't find the information. But you do have the twin vertical plate chassis, so aluminum chassis plates, looks like maybe about 3mm in thickness, so pretty unusual. It's kind of reminiscent of HPI or some really old Armas, but that is pretty cool. That is kind of a CEN Racing thing. They do like using the twin vertical plate. That's a little bit of their signature design. Up here in the front, very nice bumper, very stiff, about 12mm bore composite shocks all the way around, threaded shock bodies, and then you have all metal camber links as well as steering links, both front and rear, and then you do have composite telescoping drive shafts, very similar to like a Traxxas or Armor or something like that. Oil-filled differentials look pretty nice. Underneath, you can see cutouts for the chassis, so that will allow more cooling, but will also allow a little bit more dirt. And then electronics wise, you do have an 80 amp 6 volt BEC, 3 amp power to your servo, and then a 4,000 kV 4-pole motor. So rather unusual for a 3S capable vehicle. Really high kV, so this should run pretty quick. Looks like a little fan up here up top to help cool it, but you do have tons of cutouts, so I think you'll get pretty decent cooling all the way around. Servo, I believe, is a Savox servo, so pretty unusual. Pretty nice that they have a name brand servo inside. So electronics look pretty good. The radio is this, the AMP30. Rubber covered steering wheel, feels decent. You know, not too much play. Trigger feels okay. Rather large shape, big rectangular brick, I guess. Push button for the adjustments, on off switch, and then a little function and channel 3 buttons, 4 AA's, 2.4 gigahertz. Lightly serrated wheel nuts, all steel. Tires feel pretty grippy. They have a pretty interesting pattern. This is kind of a combo between dirt as well as street, so it should perform pretty decently on both. Wheels to me look like probably a zero offset, low C style, so that would be what you want to buy if you want to buy aftermarket wheels. And then wheel hexes are composite, 12mm. Steering hubs look pretty good. Yeah, no real issues there. It looks pretty nice. A few different adjustments for shock mounts on the bottom as well as on the top, so fair amount of tuning capability. Solid, massive arms all the way around, both front and in the back. And it looks like you have a little bit of inserts that you can remove if you want to play with the stiffness. Maybe you get carbon fiber inserts or some other type of material to add or reduce stiffness, but pretty nice overall. Ackerman bar is plastic, no adjustments. Double bell crank steering system. Body mounts look fixed, kind of like a Traxxas style. old slash style body mounts. And on the rear end, rear bumper looks pretty solid as well, and pretty massive rear end there to provide extra durability. The arms are pretty interesting. They're scallop shaped, so very thick, a lot of beefiness there. Down the center, you do have additional plastic bracing, so it should add additional stiffness in addition to the twin vertical plate thing. So it's kind of a C-rail, you know, you both have the sides with an aluminum and the underneath pieces in plastic there. Battery tray is fairly limited. Larger batteries like these are actually not going to fit. You really need something at most 35 millimeters in thickness. So something like this is about the largest battery that actually squeeze in there and actually fit within the battery tray. And you want to be a little bit careful because that center aluminum drive shaft actually does stick out a little bit. So you will want to make sure this battery strap is tucking that battery away from that center drive shaft. Suspension feels pretty good, pretty well damped, pretty well sprung. I think they set this thing out pretty well. So there you have it, the CEN Reeper SC 1-ton scale 4-wheel drive short course truck. Looks pretty nice. I really like the styling, especially the sort of square-ish off body. It's probably the best looking short course truck I've seen, certainly in an RTR format. But the next thing we gotta do is take it out to the track and drive it. All right, we've got 3S pack charged up and installed. I did set my steering trim and yeah, calibrate the ESC as well. So time to take out the CEN Reeper SC and see how it performs. Steering throw is very limited. I was messing with the dual rate, but couldn't really get any wider, so might be the only thing I kind of noticed a little bit odd with this truck, but drives well otherwise. Good top speed there. Flies nicely though. Chassis is quite stiff. Suspension is soft, but it does help with the traction. Oh. Servo is a little slow. Definitely that's true. Man, this truck looks awesome though. The flat black. One thing odd is the front body hangs over the front bumper I like a lot. So you do tend to kind of scrape the front body a fair amount. Just landing jumps. You got it? Pretty fun little jumper though. Can correct it pretty decently in there. I can't get over how good this truck looks. It really is the best looking short course truck out there. I think the setup on this thing's pretty good. It feels really light on its feet. I don't know if the truck is actually light, but it feels pretty light. Set up a little soft. Pretty dang fun too though. Does nice backflips. Well, we're just gonna try to send it, right? Oh my god. The heck? Okay. Not quite getting as far as I wanted to. We're landing on top of the jump. That was kind of like full third. Ooh, shoot. Not lining it up. Alright, try one more. We can do this. I know we can. Well, we're shorting it a little bit. A little bit of an issue, but it is surviving those hard hits. As far as it goes. Alright, we're gonna end it there. Let's take a look at the truck. Body actually seems pretty good. Especially considering those big jumps. I don't see any cracks or anything. I think arms, shocks, turnbuckles, drive shafts. Yeah, it looked pretty good overall. I think durability wise, this thing seems pretty solid, really good actually. Things I don't like, the tires can rub against the wheels or against the body there. That's probably one. Number two, not a lot of steering throw. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I'm just, yeah, not a ton of steering throw. Or maybe the servo saver is really soft. I'm not sure what it is, but servo's not that fast or not particularly strong. It seems like the tires also can rub against the steering links there, so you see that rubbing. Maybe a stronger servo, maybe faster servo, maybe somehow I can get more steering throw. But yeah, that was the number one thing I noticed. Not a lot of steering throw for some reason. Styling body I think is probably the number one thing I really like about this truck. The chassis is extremely stiff. There is no flex whatsoever in the chassis. Suspension seems really good. Arms seem really good. I think the design of the truck is really good. I do like this twin vertical plate thing. I think actually works out really well. Let's turn off the car here. The dirt definitely is, you hear it constantly hitting the bodies, but it seems to just kind of dump out. So the nice thing about this is, yeah, you're not going to actually get any collection of dirt, it doesn't seem like. But the truck seems pretty solid overall. Durability is very high. Some just design details maybe could use some work with the way the body fits. Like you see it kind of go over this bumper, which I don't know, seems like it can kind of hit the tire, maybe would break the body eventually, but this body is quite thick, so that didn't really seem to be an issue. Yeah, I think a solid release from CEN Racing. The Reeper SC is a solid truck overall. One thing we're going to do is be taking a look at this compared to all the other short course trucks on the market, like a 5-way shootout with the team associated Pro 4 SC10, the Arma CEN, the Traxxas Slash 4x4 of course, and the Habao Racing Hyper SC 2.0. So that should be a fun little shootout. I will have a video on the Team Associate app pretty soon after this one, so look for that soon. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more reviews soon. Thanks for watching.